Well, now I'm thrilled to welcome my next guest. He's a kind of I don't think the word soul brother is too strong of a word because I think that's really what we are. I'd like to bring him up here. Give a warm welcome to Neal Medlyn, ladies and gentlemen. Neal, good to see you. How are you? Come around. We'll just have a nice time.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is very
You need any whiskey?
I do want some. Been waiting. That's nice stuff. Thank you. It tastes classy.
It doesn't?
It tastes very classy.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
In a delicious way.
I think you can tell it's a pretty classy operation.
Oh, it's very.
Despite what Bridget tried to do. Bringing us down a little bit. Neal, how are you, sir?
I'm real good.
My goodness. I'm thrilled that you're here because you get into a lot of things that I'm into. And I think that we have a lot to talk about. You, of course, are a fan of the top 40 hits, aren't you?
I do. I like them all.
Yeah. What is it about it that resonates with you?
They're all crazy. All the songs are really crazy. They're really
All in so many different directions.
yeah,
And they work on so many levels.
yeah. It's true.
What are you listening to in heavy rotation right now in Neal Land?
Right now, when people aren't looking, I'm listening to that Bruno Mars song. That's basically a police song.
Oh, sure.
Whatever it's called. Oh, Locked Out of Heaven or something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've been plumbing the depths of Twitter-based rap music lately.
Well,
Sometimes I go off on tangents. You know what I
that's a
mean?
deep dive. You mean that's like people up in Harlem that give you the CDs?
No, I don't know, but I should pick those up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make some good stuff.
Sometimes I say yes.
That's
Because they say, "Are you a fan of music?" And it's
Right.
very hard for me to say no to that.
You obviously are a fan of music.
Right.
And, well, that's the thing is, that's the next Jay-Z or whatever.
It's true.
Up
Yeah.
there. You should go up there.
I will go up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I was making travel plans. I was thinking about what subways I would have to take.
You know the quickest way to get there.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know if it's the A. Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Depends, despite the song.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, you're I said legend, the way I described you, Neal.
It's
And I
true.
think that's true. You are a legend of the really the downtown performance scene. Would you say that's accurate?
Maybe, yeah.
I
I mean,
would.
legend in that
I
maybe
would.
I don't exactly exist. That kind of legend. Or the kind that I'm covered in red paint and have giant horns and I'm played by Tom Cruise. Maybe I'm that kind of legend. But
That's a handsome legend.
he's a good looking guy. He's
Yeah.
little, but he's good looking.
You're a little disturbed, I think.
Yeah.
He's into some kooky business.
Yeah, he has a religion that
A lot of
it's
holding
banned
on to
in
metal
Germany.
rods to test your stress.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But anyhow, I apologize to the Scientologists clearly in the audience.
There's a lot of them.
Don't talk about Tom Cruise like that. He's
Right,
my
that's
favorite
true.
star. But, Neal, I saw you recently in a production, and it was up at was it Baryshnikov? Did I hear you say it? Up at the
Oh, yeah,
White
yeah,
Oak.
yeah.
He's got a space up there, Russian ballet fella.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you were doing, and I didn't know it was you, honest to gosh. I didn't know it was you at first. And I'm watching this thing, and I'll tell you, I couldn't understand what was going on. It was a great thing. Sybil Kempson was involved.
right,
in it.
yeah, she was.
A friend
She's
of the
great.
program. She's been on this show, and we wish her well. But this thing was going on, and I don't know what was happening. I came a little late, and I was sitting way up high in the balcony. But I knew that I couldn't take my eyes off of you. And afterwards, you're just compelling as a performer. And I said, my gosh, that guy's got it all. He's really just hitting it out of the park here in this bizarre dance thing that's going on. And later I said, Sybil, who is this fella here with the glasses? Because he's really got it. She said, that's Neal Medlyn. I said, of course it's Neal Medlyn. Of course it is. And that's
Who
when I
else
said,
is
I
it
got
gonna
to
be?
email that guy, get him on the show.
Sure.
When did you get into performance, Neal?
Well, I was in theater for a while, and then I quit that because they were unpleasant to be around. And then I was in bands for a while, and then the guy in the band said that he was going to rip my friend Michelle's head off. And so I was like, well, I'm done with that.
Sure.
So then, the next logical step is to become a performance artist by yourself. So, yeah.
And you
that's what
grew
I
up
did.
in Texas.
I did, yeah.
Bridget spent some time
I
there.
know, that's awesome.
Houston, I think it was, yeah.
That's Houston's full of crazy. It's crazy.
Are you from Houston?
I'm not. I've been to Houston a couple times, but it's the
Quite a
crazy
turn
one.
of the head to get over here. Hey, over here. Sorry.
Yeah, Houston's where all the really crazy stuff happens in Texas. It's,
But where were
it's
you
kinda very
from? What,
exciting.
near there? Texas is big.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not near from. It is very big, is what I was signaling my ascent to. I was actually from between Dallas and Shreveport, Louisiana. So, but like three or 3.5 hours from either one. So, really in the middle of nowhere.
Out there.
And about 4.5 hours from Houston.
And you were a troubled teen?
No, I mostly just played the keyboard in my room until I was 18, and then shit got really it got crazy for a
Then
while.
you started going for it.
Yeah, until I was like 24 or
A lot
so.
of pent up stuff that
Yeah,
you had to say,
went a
well, let's
little-
get out there and do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it went a little crazy for a little while.
And you and I have something in common in that we've both appeared nude in front of people.
Yes, yeah.
You in front of a lot of people.
It's true all around the world, you guys.
It's quite a YouTube experience to look
True,
at some
there's
of
a
your
lot of
work.
There's a lot of them.
Wait, what songs did you play on the keyboard? I'm sorry, you said you played a lot
Oh,
of
I
songs.
mostly wrote.
your own
I
stuff?
wrote house music. For
awesome.
I wasn't really aware that house music was supposed to be in clubs. I just like to be like. I just thought that was fun to play, and so I recorded all this house music
And music for your house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm at my house. I never leave my house.
Play the
I should play
keyboard.
house music. Yeah, but it was kind of.
And so you got into the performance scene.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a scene in Texas, or did you move to New York? right away?
No, there wasn't really. I just performed wherever I, like I would go to like poetry open mics and stuff like that, which was a horrible idea. And
I've been to some of those.
yeah, it was bad. And
I'd
then
rather not.
yeah, it was not so good. And I would get up there and I would sign up for a bunch of slots under different names. And then I would get up every time they called like Gary Johnson. I would get up and suddenly start singing a Lionel Richie song, and they were not into it at all. So and I started writing manifestos about how much I disliked certain ones of the poets and spreading them. It got real contentious. I tore up a Jack Kerouac book at a poetry slam because I thought that'd be really fun, and but it was not fun. I got a 1. That was my overall score. Averages, average score.
Well, you're getting a 10 tonight. So you totally burned your bridges with the poetry community.
Yeah, it was good.
And then
yeah.
what did you move to next? Did you go to school for performance?
No, I never did. And since it was before the internet, not to age myself or anything, but I am more than 7 years old. And I.
You remember your first email?
No, I don't. I don't remember what it was. I remember when I got an email address.
Right, nobody remembers their first one.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was like to interface with that? I'm sure nobody does. I mean, it was inconsequential, and you were just kind of like,
you were
what
just
is
like,
this weird
hello,
thing?
Ma,
That's right.
or whatever.
Hello, Ma. Yeah.
She was out there.
Because she was on it. She had it.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you're not on
always
there?"
on email.
Yeah,
My
what's
mom,
up?
my mom was always an
Hold
early
on, I'm
adopter.
chatting.
She was like, "Oh, you want to watch it on Betamax?" And then, she tweets at me all the time. Hashtag call me or whatever. No, she's dead actually.
Oh, yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Mine is
Not
too.
my fault.
Mine is. I know. I didn't do anything with it.
But it's sad.
She just
but I mean,
passed. Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm
No,
sorry.
not just passed, but I mean that's just she just.
Right. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
That's what you do.
I'm not sure I got that.
Sad.
In the past. They both, okay.
They're both.
They
My
both-
mother is dead, Steve-O.
Sorry.
It's sad. Anyway, we should talk about something else though.
No, it's okay, but that's another thing that we share in common, isn't it?
It
Is
is.
your father still
Yes.
alive?
He is. Yes.
Yeah, he's down there in Texas still?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He's a nurse he's a nurse. Yeah,
Hey.
And
He
he's
had
been involved with that for a long time?
yeah, for a long time. I guess he became a nurse when I was in high school, I think. Before that, he owned his own store, and before that, he was a draftsman, and before that, he delivered bread for Mrs. Baird's, which is a regional bread
Good
maker.
bread. Good.
It's delicious bread.
Yeah.
It's real good.
You still have that shipped out to you?
I wish I could. I wonder if I guess they still make it. They must still make
Sure.
it. I just, yeah.
Bread
I haven't had it in a
makers
while.
never go out of business.
It's true. You got to have it.
It's the one solid part of our economy.
Yeah.
Americans like bread.
They do.
We do.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
do.
point, Steve.
All of us.
So, now I'm thinking about bread.
Everybody can go for a good roll right now, huh?
It's so delicious.
I was imagining politicians running on that as their platform. Bread. Come on, you guys. Bread.
You know you love it. Turn your hands up.
Now, were you there for Ann Richards?
Yeah.
Man, I liked her.
She was great. She was very exciting.
Oh, man, that was a terrific
She was good.
convention when she appeared there.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it on a small TV.
Yeah.
So you got that? You got into the internet.
Yeah.
So we were
that was,
talking about your mom was hitting it, and then she
Yeah.
kicked. And
Yeah.
then what? Look, this thing is you got to deal with it, and we
It's
deal
true.
with it,
Yeah.
and we acknowledge what happened. I'm
It's true.
sorry. That's
Dale,
just a
I'm
fact.
sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just had a deja vu, and it doesn't
Yeah.
happen very much. It was you were talking to somebody about their mom who just passed. Literally, it's this story. I just had a deja vu. So from Houston, how did you get to New York?
Oh,
Unrelated to the deja vu, which wasn't part of the dream.
right.
Steve
Well-
was moving things along.
I didn't
This isn't
actually.
a device. Honestly, I did have a deja vu. But simultaneously, how did you get to New York?
That's okay.
Well, I moved here. I mean, I moved to Berlin first. I mean, I was performing and then I left.
Right. And you
know.
perform, and you say, "Well, my gosh, I'm going to try this over in Berlin and see how it goes."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was dating somebody at the time who had been, and we both wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I've been to Berlin and it's cool. And I was like, done.
Done.
So
Let's
then
do it.
we just moved there.
And so you get out there, you're a fish out of water out there. You speak German.
No, not really. I mean, I got to where I could, do okay in
Order
the
some French fries
deli
or
and
something.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of?
Wo ist die Toilette? Or whatever.
No.
I just asked a lot of wo ist.
What does that mean?
Wie viel kostet das?
What do you think it means, Steve?
I'm just asking.
It's just where is the
Wash
bathroom?
down the toilet. What do you think it means?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were
How
from
How much
Germany.
does this cost? And
Nice.
Entschuldigung.
Okay.
I'm
Well.
sorry. I just learned a lot of
And you
apologizing.
became kind of a star over there. Is that it?
No, not really. I tried to go around performing, and then I ended up in some weird places where there was a couple people there, and a guy would sing songs looking just at me. Because I don't know if you guys are performers or not, but they always tell you when you're singing, you should sing out to everyone, and you're kind of
That's
looking
right.
at everyone and no one at the same time. But he
Same.
was just looking at me and just singing and sweating, and I was like, wow, I had to follow him. And he played for 30 minutes. But that's my main memory of performing there.
Yeah.
And then I tried to, they were like, play a country song, but I didn't know any, so I played what sounded like a country song.
Yeah.
And then I just sang in a really deep twang,
Mhm.
so that they couldn't understand what I was saying. And then, apparently it went over really well. But I was just like, hold on, the fucking zero, get around. I mean, I think I actually
Yeah.
said words, but were random words because I
Sure.
didn't know any country songs. So my apologies to the Germans
And there
for
are
the fake German.
many listening tonight.
There are.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
And so you burn up the charts over there in Berlin, and you become a sensation. And were
Yeah.
you taking off your clothes over there?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
At my friend's apartment, yeah. I
Well,
did
I mean,
that.
in front of people.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
And so then you say, by gosh, this New York deserves this, what I'm doing.
Yeah, basically.
get there.
Was
Yeah.
it Berlin to New York or Berlin somewhere else?
Berlin to New York,
Wow.
yeah. I was not able to make any money while I was there, and so I had to come back to the
Surprising, isn't
U.S.
it?
of A.
It's surprising.
It's legal for me to get money.
Yep.
Were you
yep.
still together with the person that you came from? To
Oh
Berlin?
yes, we are together to this
Oh,
day.
okay, so you guys
As
both
a
were
matter
like,
of
let's
fact.
Really, to right now.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well,
Congratulations.
she wrote an article about me. That's how we met. She saw her roommate made her come to a show of mine in Austin that was at a park. They were the only two people in the audience. There were like 6 random people, friends of mine, not random people, and this one drunk guy. And we were in a gazebo.
I know.
You know,
they're always there.
Those kind of shows.
I got a drunk guy over there.
And then, and she wrote this huge article about me. And then we started going out. And then,
That's so exciting.
48 years later, or however long, I don't know, I can't remember.
So
You look
did
great.
she say that she was like, Berlin's cool and all, but I actually have been to New York. Have you been to New York? And you
Well,
were like, let's
she's
go.
from New York.
Done.
She's from New York,
Oh,
but she was living in Austin.
The city?
Yes, Austin, the city.
No.
I'm
the
slow
state of
certain.
mind.
Just saying. Maybe I know this. Maybe I
The African Republic of Austin.
It's near Gabon. I've never said that word out loud. Is it Gabon? Gabon? Gabon?
I think
Gabon?
Gabon.
Gabon?
Go with Gabon.
Generally,
I'm gonna look it
When
up.
in doubt,
Just go
Gabon.
with It's the God part that gets you. It's the bone part.
Can I get 2 tickets to the gay bond, please? That's what I'm going to ask him at the JFK in a little while. I got a show over there. They got a work visa in the gay bond.
Well, good luck over there. See if you can get some rare earth minerals when you're over there.
Oh, yeah. Do they got those? They
Well,
must.
they must.
Somewhere
All those
has to have
places
them.
have them, yeah.
You know.
Just dig for it. Tibet's really upset. I know Mongolia is upset about that. They're going to be
Oh,
getting
they got
into
the
there
rare
with
earths?
rare earth minerals. Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of tiny horses going to be upset.
Yeah. They got little horses. Yeah.
And deep throat singers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Everybody
that's how they
knows
call
about the deep
themselves.
They got
throat singing. I want to get back to the New York situation.
Thank you.
got back
Oh,
to
so
New
you
York.
get
We were
New
supposed to
York.
get deeply
Yeah.
into.
And who are
Chefs.
some of your performance idols? Who are you looking to as you form your identity as a performance artist here in New York City?
Did you think about those house artists at all anymore? I mean, do you think about any of those guys? When you
Oh, the
were there?
house people?
The-
I didn't really.
when you wrote the house songs back from
Steve-O,
the early
Steve-O,
80s.
Steve-O, I asked the question. Let the question stand.
I'm
Just
quiet.
hold on.
Well, when I was coming up,
Yes.
as we say in the business, you know
to
what I'm
the,
talking about.
mountaintop that you're
Yeah,
at.
yeah. When I
Yes.
was scaling it
Yep.
with my rope and whatnot, I was mostly. I thought, because it was before the internet. This is what I was going to say a minute ago. I
Yes.
just remembered because it was before the internet. I heard of people like Karen Finley and Lisa Carver and all these people. And then all of these like punk performers and stuff like that. But you would just read like, well, of course there was that time when they, they caused the building to collapse because they karate chopped the wall because they were, and then or whatever. And then I would just be like, oh wow, there's all this crazy stuff happening out in the world. But I didn't really know what exactly they were doing because I'd never seen their work.
Yeah.
So I just started to kind of imagine. So when I started making things up to do, I would be like. I wouldn't really feel like I had made up something that felt good until I felt like, yeah, that sounds as crazy as something that I had heard, Karen Finley had done or something like that. So I didn't see her work for forever after I, was making work and stuff like that. But I just
You
kind of
felt
like,
some kinship to what she was doing.
yeah, I was just like, oh, people take their clothes
And
off,
this
they
is as
scream,
out there as it is.
they cause fist fights in clubs and
A lot of mesh
Yeah.
shirts.
yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of mesh going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is mostly just because, it's hot in the clubs.
As a performer, sure. No,
Yeah,
I know.
it's warm.
I
You know
know.
what I mean?
And then you got onto a thing, and you have a whole pop star series where you interpret the works of the pop stars.
Yeah, I just I've always been using pop songs in my shows, and then
Yeah.
for a while I was like, if I just focus on one person, then it's like gives me all these like parameters, so I can be like, I can cut this out or save this for later because it doesn't fit in this show, and then it became super useful, and then after like one or two, I was like, this is kind of like a series because a lot of the same stuff kept coming up, and
And it's a finite series.
yeah, there's only 7.
There's 7. And
And
so
then-
who are the people that whose works you've interpreted?
The first one was Lionel Richie. The second one was
We
Phil
don't like
Collins.
Lionel.
The third one was Prince.
Yeah.
The fourth one was Britney Spears.
Yeah.
The fifth one was Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus.
The great. Yeah. Twofer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I felt like that was I
Got a
lucked
great
into that
haircut
one.
though now, doesn't
She does. It's great.
It
It's
looks
just like
good.
the Justin Bieber and the
I love hair.
She's got all the. They all have cute hair.
Yep.
They're the same
I'm waiting
person.
for the bald spot to catch on.
It
Somebody's
will.
going to
See.
rock it. Somebody's
Yeah,
going to rock it.
the guy from Maroon 5.
Yeah. Adam
No, I
Levine.
mean he will, but
Yeah.
and then it'll be hot.
Yeah, no. If I had that part of me that went like this,
Yeah, you want it.
I'd be hot too.
Well, I know we can't talk blue, but a friend of mine used to call those cum gutters.
Yep. That's as blue as you could get. That's indigo.
So anyway, you can beat that part. It's ultraviolet.
That is really. Yeah, that's another weird one.
Anyway, Adam Levine has
Yep,
some
sure.
admirable set of those.
Yep.
So
And who else?
Wait,
who else has good cum?
No, who else?
Oh.
No. I don't want to revisit the
I want to go
word.
back.
Oh,
to,
Phil
I want to go back
Collins,
to Phil
yeah.
Collins. You said Phil Collins. What songs did you rock out with Phil Collins?
Well, I did some Genesis,
Sure.
I counted that.
Did you do I Don't Care Anymore? I Don't Care.
Oh no, I didn't.
You didn't.
You
do
know who
I
doesn't
have to
care
narrow it
anymore,
down.
Steve?
Alright. Did you do early Collins or late Collins?
No, seriously.
I did a lot of stuff from, but seriously, because it's my favorite. I love the fact that he
You're
was going
welcome.
through a horrific divorce
See what I did
and then
there.
decided to record an album called "But Seriously," and I was like, wow, that is sad, sacky, and
That's what this
fantastic.
whole thing is. I got a divorce and then started the podcast.
Oh yeah, I got divorced.
You did?
Oh yeah.
From that lady?
No, from an earlier lady, the first Mrs. Medlyn.
God bless her, wherever she
She's
is.
doing good. She's happy. That's great.
Really? You got divorced?
Oh yeah, I got divorced.
Man, how young were you?
How old was I? I must have been 21.
Man, how
Something.
long were you
Or
married?
22? No, I must have been 21.
No,
Wait.
that's
People
all
are
the difference.
explaining what?
No, by the time I actually got divorced, I was 22. But
Sure, it takes
we
a
broke
process,
up when I was
doesn't it?
21.
Yeah, and then you got out of it.
Yeah, well, no, I
You
got...
still pay her money?
No, not anymore, no.
Oh, you're lucky. What happened? She get remarried?
She did get remarried, yeah. She remarried the singer from my band. Not the one who said he would rip my
Oh,
friend Michelle's
yeah.
head off,
Okay.
but another band, a band
What's
that
that
I
guy's
really
name?
enjoyed. Shannon is his name.
Yeah, that's a bad name too.
No, he's a very nice guy. I like him.
This
I was
lady
happy that
married
they
a
got
guy
married
named
because
Brian.
he's a good guy. Brian.
Oof,
Wow, that's rough.
that's rough. I just still can't look at that.
Yeah.
Anybody named Brian.
How did we get to divorcing?
I don't know, what were we
By having a
talking about?
conversation that wasn't interrupted by somebody on a couch. Anyhow,
The podcast.
so you do all the greats, all the Lionel Richies, all the greats, the people
right.
that you grew up with, the
Yes,
people
Sally.
that you probably danced to at a school dance or something.
It's true. I
imagine.
did.
I saw
And you-
Beyonce though. You didn't say Beyonce. I saw a dance with Beyonce.
Well,
no?
Beyonce that's sort of a different series because I was reenacting a
It's like the thing
DVD.
isn't even on. Why do I give you the microphone every time?
That was a whole
I'm glad
separate
you're
thing.
here, Steve-O. Look at the tie I gave you. Look at that for a while. Like 10 minutes. I love the guy. He's so good. I love him. So you did a Beyonce thing, though. The Neal
I did.
Medlyn
That was a whole
experience.
separate thing.
Let me tell you something.
But
I'm
it
over
was
here.
fun.
I'm over here in the Carroll Gardens, and I watched a restaurant that doesn't exist anymore, a Jamaican place, and they're playing all the Beyonce, that concert video, and I bet it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one you did.
Yeah.
Man, that's fantastic.
It's really good.
Generally, I could care less about her, but that thing is great.
Yeah.
It's a real work of genius. Where is she?
She's great.
She's in L.A. or something. When
She
does
lives.
it.
It's recorded at the Staples Center.
Not where she lives.
I was like, what do you mean?
No, I
But
know.
no, yeah, it's recorded at the
It's
Staples Center.
And she blows it out of the water, that thing.
She does.
It's one
great.
of the finest concert
It's
videos
amazing.
I think,
She
ever.
cries. It's great.
It's amazing.
Which I think they shot in a pickup shot, which is even better.
Oh.
Like they shot the whole thing at the Staples Center, and then all of a sudden there's this sweeping camera shot
Yeah.
that catches her right in front of her. The camera comes, and then as soon as it hits here, boom, tear comes down. And I was like,
Yeah.
that couldn't possibly. Although maybe because she's
Look at this.
that
Q
good.
Dale.
Look at that.
That's
You know what
good.
that is? That's Obama crying.
Whoa.
That's what he does every time.
Oh right, yeah,
He's like,
That's
I'm
true.
sorry about the kids.
yeah. He cries
Every
out the
time.
side. Yep. It's
He
true.
doesn't even fully get a tear formulated. He just wipes it with his middle finger.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
Good. That's a good move.
It's a pretty good impression, too. People that are listening
It's
to
good.
it won't see it. But,
Yeah.
so then
You
you,
should do
you
that.
did a version of Beyonce coming out there.
Yeah, I did her concert DVD. That concert DVD.
But you've done so many great things, Neil, is the point that I want to get across to these people out here. Because you were part of our hit parade.
Yeah, that
at
was
the
a show I
public
did for a
with
long
another,
time.
and I should say Bridget O'Neill, Neal Medlyn, no relation.
It's true.
Yep, I want to be clear.
I have
Some
a friend
people are
named
confused.
Bridget. It's like
Bridget
a big
Everett,
Bridget Everett. Yeah,
who is
and-
part of the show.
Yeah,
in our
yeah.
history.
Mm-hmm.
You did a rendition that I saw of from Pocahontas, one of my favorite Disney.
Yeah, right. I
films.
forgot about that.
Speaking
yeah.
of Chief Halftown, where Bridget comes out in the headgear, not the dental stuff, Steve-O. the
Right,
headgear. And have you ever seen the wolf cry to the blue corn moon?
It's true. Traditional Native American song, man.
One of the greats that they sang in the teepees
Yeah, yeah.
out there
For
on the
hundreds of
frontier.
years until we came along and messed it up.
Hundreds of years. The Kiowa, known for their what?
Broadway style song
Well,
stylings.
known for kind of giving into the Apache ultimately.
Right, yeah.
I'd say they're great horse riders, but ultimately the Apache knocked them out, and then they're all on some reservation, hoarded in there down near Texas and
Yeah,
where
I'm
you're
sure.
from,
Somewhere.
and the whole thing went to crap. But you ever think about that?
About the Native Americans?
Yeah,
I do.
we could have just given them the West; it would have been fine.
There's several states we could have given them.
Like
Yeah,
it would have been okay.
yeah. It would have been totally
Why did we
fine.
go messing with that?
I don't know.
You should maybe think about doing a show about that.
I will, yeah. I'm gonna do
Just
it.
a nude exploration of the Apache tragedy.
Yeah, yeah. Like the guy who had all his organs on his body, but instead I'll draw the United States and then I'll move them around and push them from
That
place
is
to place.
exactly what I have in mind. It's like you're inside me, Neil. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go home and start working.
What happened to our hit parade? You're not doing that anymore? You used to do these
No,
great
we did
great
it. We did
hits.
it for like four and a half years.
At the
or something
Public?
like that. Yeah,
That's a great theater.
at
You
Joe's
guys
Pub,
been there?
and they never.
These six people.
All-
You ever been to the Public Theater?
Cheep, cheep,
You've been
cheep.
to a basement in the Gowanus? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. That's like 700
Hallway
train
that smelled
stops
like
from here.
pee.
but-
Yep, I've been there. Public Theater? No, never heard of it. God bless
It's a
you.
nice place. They have chairs and it's
Comfortable
nice. You know.
seating.
Generous
Check it out.
pours with the alcohol. Very relatively expensive tickets.
Yeah. And so, but right now, and I'm fascinated by this. You've got an alter ego that you're developing.
Yes, yeah.
Now, what is that like to develop a whole different persona?
Well, I just was. I was just sort of thinking of it as I'd started writing rap songs.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's
Sure.
the next obvious step in
Logical
my
step.
career.
Yep.
And then
Kerouac in the pants.
yeah, then next thing you know,
Rap
rapping.
artist.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's the
what's
same
the-
backstory that all the rappers have. They tear up some book.
The character's name is Champagne Jerry.
Champagne Jerry, yeah.
And what's Champagne Jerry up to?
Well, it's me. So right now I'm here and I'm doing this. But in
I'm
general,
already confused. Right now, you're Champagne Jerry?
well, no, I'm always. In a way, I'm always Champagne Jerry.
Sure.
He's always with us. It's sort of like Jesus.
Yep.
He's in here.
I thought about how when he's in everywhere.
Yep.
He's in the wooden. He's in both of these fancy devices that are
Yep.
recording us.
Yep. There's many.
Yeah, yeah.
These are two of many.
Yeah. So yeah, but I guess it's a character.
Trophy back
Whoa! What is that? A
there. Doesn't that
bee?
look like you?
Oh, it's an alien
I
with.
put it there because I
bee
thought it
wings.
looked like you.
Wow, that's really nice.
It's a spelling bee.
Oh, it's
a bee with big glasses.
But why does it have a skull head?
I don't know, but I thought it looked like you, so I put it there.
That's the kind of thing that if you won that when you were a child, that's
pretty-
100. That's like
terrifying.
guaranteed nightmares for like
Yep.
years.
Yeah, put that with the Mummers Parade, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm done. I'll just bleed out.
I'm gonna eat you.
It's done. That is done. So what's Champagne Jerry up to, though? He's going to do some shows?
Yeah. We're working on an album, and
Yeah.
so that'll come out.
You going to do vinyl?
Yeah. 8-track exclusive.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Although, as a quick side note,
Yes, please.
if
Take a lesson, Steve.
heavy
Side note.
heavy metal bands in
Yeah.
Florida, maybe
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
No, everywhere, I think, actually. They mostly put out albums on cassette now. So if you have a cassette player and you want to get into like let's say, French nationalist satanic death metal.
Yes, that's right.
Cassette only.
Nice.
It's true.
Well, that's
I can I'll give you some names afterwards. Find me in the hallway in the receiving line outside the,
Fine. You hear that, folks, in the balcony?
Back in the back.
We'll be outside.
But anyway, so we'll put it out however people put it out nowadays. It's hard to figure it out. How people put out music in 2013.
That's right. That's the year.
And then, but I do have a show at Joe's Pub on March the 13th also.
Oh, March the 13th, coming up of this year. And you've got your own website.
I do, yeah.
NealMedlyn.com.
With an A and a Y.
That's the place to look for it. And
Yep.
Bridget, I'm not sure if you had a website. I meant to ask you. No, she needs to figure it out. She could take some tips. So maybe you could see her after the show, too.
No, it's good.
And coach her a little bit on what to do.
Media training.
I bet she hasn't seen any of my tweets.
I've been tweeting at her. Are you near yet? Hey, where's I'm trying to find that car that I let you borrow.
That's right.
That sort of thing.
No, I got a lot of cars.
That's what it's for, you guys who aren't on Twitter. That's what it's for.
A lot of people borrow them, is what I'm trying to say. But I was just on my own spin thing there, so hopefully you didn't hear that. Neal.
Yes.
We had some fun here tonight.
We did, yes.
I'm really glad that you spent some time with me.
Me too. It's memories to last a
March
lifetime.
13th? March what?
March 13th, yeah.
March 13th at Joe's Pub. NealMedlyn.com, Champagne Jerry. What are you going to do? New songs? They're all original raps?
Yeah. I mean,
so not covers.
No,
this
not
is
covers.
New territory for you.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's a lot of fun.
And Karen Finley's weird, but a lot of fun too, isn't she?
She is a lot of fun. We toured around together. She's a maniac. She grabbed my tongue one time while I was talking.
She's a little flirtatious.
She's wacky. Yeah, she's a good time.
That's great. Well, you're a good time, Neal, and I'm glad you were here. Ladies and gentlemen, Neal Medlyn.
Thanks.